I was just reading the chat because you guys have been in here longer than me. For sure, it's been a very busy day here. A very busy day that I will fill you in on. On Monday, so far, I have a little bit of a lag, but for the replay crew, we are going to get straight into the giveaway. So if you were not able to attend the live, fear not, you will be able to see who won, and if you won, send me an email, SageAndStoneHomestead@gmail.com. I don't care where you live in the world. I will send you your mug. So I have been live for 38 seconds and still am not picking myself up. There we go. Okay. There we go. Did you guys even see the beginning part of that? Hello, everyone and all. I will repeat myself because it looked like to me on my side of the live that nobody heard that. So for the replay crew, we are going to get straight into the giveaway. So on our most recent Q&A, we decided to give away one of our brand new mugs. This is, I believe it's 16 ounces worth of coffee or tea that can fit in here, or whatever beverage you should desire to put inside of it. And I don't care where you are in the world, you can win this and I will send it to you. I'm going to be drawing winners from one winner from our most recent Q&A video. And that was where I had you guys tell me where you found our channel, how you discovered our channel. And that's been one of my favorite questions, and I have not asked it in a really long time. And it is always amazing to me to see how different people, like from so many different videos and search terms and different walks of life, have discovered our channel. It's very, very cool, and reading those responses really blessed my heart. So I'll be getting straight into the giveaway. I'm guessing you guys can hear me since nobody says they can't. So I'm giving away from that video, from the Q&A video, on those responses that told us how they found our channel, one of the 16-ounce mugs and either some tea that I made. So this is chamomile, it's got lemon balm and wild rose in here, or some Beulah coffee. I have a lot of this. I have like way too much of it. I was explaining it in one of the videos one of these times that we are on their subscription service. This is Roots and Refuges coffee, but getting one a month is not quite enough. It's like maybe 5 days not enough. So we get 2 a month, and I have a lot. It's kind of starting to stack up. It's already pre-ground, and if you know anything about fresh coffee, the fresher that you can drink it post grinding, the better that it is. So I'd like to give it away. It smells amazing every time it comes in the mail. You can smell it straight through the mailer. Don't even have to look at it. You know exactly what it is. So, okay. I promised we'd get right into the giveaway. So I've got to turn my thing around. This is very janky, okay? Here is the random comment picker that I use. I do have the video already preloaded in here. So here is the link to the video. We're going to find the comments. I'm not going to include replies because that's just going to be me repeating myself. Sorry if it's hard to see. So we have 183 comments loaded. Now the winning comment has to talk about how they discovered our channel. If it is a comment that's anything other than that, we're going to pick somebody else, okay? So pick a winner. All right, Robin Miller, I think, are you in here? Robin Miller frequents the channel. I've followed several homesteading families over the past 3 years. Your channel is absolutely the best site for actual learning, everything you could possibly want to know for goats and rabbits. You're the most comprehensive teacher I know on YouTube. This is a very, very long comment. I won't be reading the whole thing, but they discovered us looking for homesteading content on YouTube. So Robin Miller, congratulations. Congratulations. And send me your address via email. That's literally the only thing I need. SageAndStoneHomestead@gmail.com. I just need your address wherever you're at in the world, and I will send this out to you. Either the tea or the coffee plus the Sage and Stone Homestead mug. Now this mug, my website is not quite running yet. It's going to be May before that's up. If you want one, also send me an email. These are $35 shipped. They cost me $25. So they're $35 with the shipping included to the contiguous United States. I think it's $16 to send it to somewhere like Australia. But if you're out of the country, I'll have to check on what the shipping fees would be with that. This weighs over a pound. It's very, very heavy. I talked about how you could maybe use this for home defense if you wanted, because it's decently heavy. Is Robin in here? I don't know. She's a frequent flyer. I've seen her around. So I will do what I can. Now, the last giveaway that we did, I think it was for the mushrooms, there were so many comments, I couldn't find the winners. So if you were part of that mushroom giveaway and you don't know whether you won or not, look at our last live stream and double check, because there were a few people that were not able or did not see that they won. So if you guys have any questions for me, we can make this a Q&A. I'm more than happy to do that. There's Robin Griffin. There's a different Robin. Robin Miller won. Robin Griffin, you're a frequent flyer too, but Robin Miller is our winner. It says Robin Miller 3863 is the handle. So yes, that's what we got. So I did manage to create, I'm going to turn on live chat here, and I think it's still working as such, where you have to be a subscriber to comment. So we should have less riffraff than in previous live streams. I do have a couple moderators in here, so you guys can strike anything down that looks weird. Please do so. And if you guys have any questions, I am here for you. So today, hi Katie. Today I made some cheese, and yes, I videoed it for you. I did. I made a Colby. We are having a butcher day tomorrow. 3 goats. I don't know how many rabbits, over 20. And then DWP is bringing over some roosters. It's going to be a full day. And Aunt Rowdy says, we just have our own riffraff. Did you find the kitty you brought home? Yeah, okay. So all those little hoof prints that you see in the chat, if you're not familiar, those are all members of the channel. Thank you guys so much. My cat, I brought home a barn cat. I didn't talk about it on the channel because I wanted her to settle in before I talked about it. She passed away. She was found under our neighbor's carport, dead, within, I don't know, it was less than a week of having her. So I don't know. We've got some theories as to what may have happened, but the barn cat did not survive. So maybe we'll do barn cats in the future, but I know that there's a lot of poisons that are put out by myself and the neighbor, and we just think that maybe she got into a mouse that had been poisoned. I am not sure. How many litters can one doe have in their lifetime? Asks Brenda. Do you mean a rabbit or a goat? A rabbit, you could do 4 or 5 litters a year, and she can live for 4 years. Well, she lives for longer than that, but she can be productive for about 4 years. So 20 probably. A goat can have one set of babies. You should be about every year. Some people breed more often than that. I have done about every 10 months previously, but we have backed off, and we do once a year now. Are you going to put out content on your butchering day? I haven't decided. This is the time of year where we really get into garden content. A lot of people who love the garden are really put off by butchering content. Now, that's not to say that I don't just live my life and do whatever I want. That's really where I'm leaning, but also the algorithm gets confused when you are all over the place with the content. Plus, that kind of stuff is kind of touchy. And it's not really the time of year that I want to get a ding on YouTube, because if they stop promoting me this time of year, it's kind of not great for the whole rest of the year. So, this is my Pepsi. I have Pepsi every Friday. So, it's Junk Food Friday. Are you planting the lane this year? I am. I am planting the lane this year. The lane is going to mostly have beans on it because I put a lot of very heavy feeding stuff in there the first year that we grew on the lane. If you're not familiar with our garden, I have 100 feet worth of trellising in between 2 of our pastures, and I grew a ton of vining things on it last year. It needs a little bit more of a rest. I have not been able to amend it. So what I'm going to do is put in like black eyed peas and the purple hull pink eyed peas along the lane, and they're not going to be as densely packed as I could grow them, and I am going to amend just in each planting hole. So that is the plan for the lane. Many beans, because beans, especially black-eyed peas and stuff, they can do pretty well in less than fertile soil, and so can okra. So I thought about putting a little bit of okra out on the lane as well, maybe on either end, something like that. Yes, Corinne. I think it's Corinne Mengenson. I understand Nigerian goats produce A2 milk. Do many La Manchas produce it as well? Yeah, all goats do. All goats do. Oops, I'm trying to scroll. It keeps like trying to catch up on me. My rabbit just had a litter of 12, says Rachel. That's good. I hope they all live. We had a litter of 11, and now it's 8 or 9. It's 8 or 9 that she wound up with overall. That particular cage, I should not have had a doe delivering babies in there. It doesn't have baby saver wire. And we found one outside on the ground, passed away one morning, a little one. So we shouldn't be having litters in those cages. Or I need to put baby saver wire up. But I'm not breeding anymore for the summer. It's too hot to breed the rabbits at this point. I moved to my 1 acre last June, says Kelly, and I'm in a decision paralysis as to where to start. Funds are tight and we focus on getting debt free, so I'm limited. I just don't know where to start. I moved to my 1 acre. I would honestly, something like a worm farm or something where you can like work on the soil. Steam canning from stuff that you buy at the grocery store is a really useful skill. Like honing in on skills can be really good. Foraging skills, figuring out what your land has. Your land might have a ton of food and you just don't know it yet. Maybe record it for a video for later. I don't know what I said, Misty. My brain dumped what I talked about 5 minutes ago. Oh, are you talking about the butchering day? Secondary channel for butchering content, maybe. We potentially building up a channel to get it discoverable takes a long time. It would be less long because I know some of you guys would just automatically go over there. I can do it on this current channel. If you guys want to see some of it, I'll have the camera out. I do try, like I recorded a video today. I do try to be super present on like a processing day. We're having someone come in from out of town to pick up some goats, and I want to be able to spend time with them and stuff. So I can take like very like superficial type in the background bird on the wall, fly on the wall type video and stick it in the vlog that's going up on Monday because it would be relevant, but we'll see. Okay. Ooh, goodness. How are the baby goats doing? If I missed your question, go ahead and ask it again. They're doing really good. Hey, Jay. So Jay has purchased one of the babies. His name is Sting. He's one of the little bucklings out of Tempest. And Sting didn't feel good the other day. Sting feels great today. So with goats, you have to be really in tune with them to catch stuff before it kind of turns into a snowball. And I noticed there was one of the baby Nigerians, Sting, was just like everybody would be up and moving around and he was sitting on the sidelines. And he'd get up and he'd drink, like his mama wasn't super full, so I knew he was eating. But with goats, their ears can really tell the story. His ears were just a little low. He had almost his coat was a little bit standing on end. Something wasn't right. So I grabbed him and I checked his temperature. He was fine. He didn't have anemia. But the thing is, we've had a lot of rain lately and it's been warm. And we do have a history of coccidia in my barn. So I didn't stand around and wait for him to poop to see what was going on. I did treat him for a coccidia. I gave him Baycox, a coccidia medicine, and he's awesome. He's back to his old self today. So that was a good call, I think. Especially before, because coccidia can just multiply so fast. And then if he's going to be pooping out tons of it, all the other babies are going to get it and it'll be a mess. So far so good. All the babies are doing really good. all the babies. His brother sold, and he's doing awesome. So it was barely sold with Cole. Cole was a little polled black Nigerian dwarf that was bottle feeding along with Winnie. Do you know that Cole drinks off of Barely now? Barely was a Nigerian dwarf that had the horns. That's his grandma, and she's nursing him now. They went to the same farm, and she adopted him. He's nursing. I think it's funny. Oh no! Carrie has a little boar goat named Joy, who is not feeling well. Prayers for her, Carrie. Oh, I hate that. I hate that a lot. It stinks when babies go down. Hopefully she's not down, but Jay says, that's great. I'm glad it was caught early and the others were not affected. So far, so good. It's like we're not out of the woods with coccidia. We're just now getting into that season. The youngest babies are a week old today, and it's pretty young. I just disbudded Breezy's babies today, and they're doing really good. So far, no other signs, but I'm watching out. They don't always get diarrhea with coccidia. And it was Hullabaloo died last year with coccidia, and he never scoured. So that's something to think about. If they're off, you got to kind of look at all of the circumstances as like a totality to kind of figure out what might be going wrong. I do not like to do coccidia and worm treatments at the same time. So he only got a coccidia treatment. How is the cute Winnie? Winnie's good. Winnie, she cries from the barn when it's feeding time. I need to feed her at 10, so I can't stay on for longer than an hour. And you'll say Winnie, Winnie, and she just sort of meh from the barn. But then you kind of do almost like a pig squeal. You go Winnie, and she loves it, and she comes running. It is so cute. Winnie's doing good, and Winnie's brother, they're both doing really good. They're the only bottle babies that we have right now. Do we have plans for all the birdhouse gourd? No. I had planned to give them away as Christmas presents this last year, but I didn't realize that they were going to need such a long time to cure. So I could still give them away as Christmas presents this coming year, but I need to do something about treating them. I think it's like Minwax or something I can put on them. I can't remember. I need to look it up again. But so far, they're just sitting there. I've got them you probably saw them in the garden tour. They're in the greenhouse, little ones are. And then the big ones are in the garden. And they all, not all of them. So that's a lie. But most of them have cured really well. We need to send Winnie to temper management class. Winnie's funny. Winnie is hilarious. She's doing really good, though. Winnie was headbutting some of the new babies pretty hard, but I haven't seen her do it since that first day. It's like she's figured out that she's bigger than them and doesn't need to throw her weight around. But yeah, she was being a little bit too much. It was like the baby's second day on this earth, and she was having a headbutt match with them. Do I know where Daddy is? Yeah. No. No. I want him to look at my hole in my toe. Can you come here? I think it's like a hole. Minor crisis. It hurts. Think up questions. You know how when you put the kids to bed and there's suddenly crisis? It's dirty, but... Is that where you had the splinter? No, I had the splinter on this foot, on this toe right here. You can tell. Mm-hmm. That one right there. Do me a favor. There's baby wipes on the big freezer. Clean your foot. Winnie's a diva. She really is. She's got so much personality. It's going to be really great to see her grow up. And I really need to work with her on milk stand manners, because you start when they're babies. Start when they're babies to make them nice on the stand. And even then, sometimes when they come into milk, everything is new and changing, and it can still be rough. But it really gets you a big head start if they're already used to being touched in that area. Yeah, dirty foot youngins. Sometimes we go to leave for the store and they're like, I can't find my shoes. Do I need shoes? And they don't always need shoes. Because a lot of the places we go are like the Amish stores and stuff, and half of them don't wear shoes. So it's like, it's fine. She has a slight temp, but not high. What's her temp, Carrie? Because you guys, you just had a lot of rain too. How's her? Is she anemic at all? I might consider pneumonia. Could you put Feral and Winnie together for breeding? No, I can't. I'm not. Well, somebody might, but I won't, because Feral is 70% La Mancha. That's a lot. So he throws potentially a big goat. And I don't want to put a Nigerian through that. 104. Oh, Carrie. If you had any antibiotics, I would put that. I would do that, like right now. Because that would just cover one base at least. You could get that going. And if it's pneumonia, you can cover that. I had a goat with a fever once, and it was coccidia. It was an adult. It was Margie. I took her to the vet. It was the first goat that I had with a high fever. It was like 100, I don't know, 7. It was ridiculous. And it was coccidia. But yeah, so Feral could breed what he is going to breed Margie. Feral is. Margie's a mini alpine. Margie already throws big kids. She's 100 pounds. Winnie's never going to see 100 pounds or 80 pounds. Winnie's going to always be little. So she's always going to be bred to a Nigerian. Winnie has no relation to Havoc. So that's the plan. Bummer. Their babies would have great tempered kids. They would have very nice personalities. You good?
Yeah.
Can you go get the salve that Mommy made?
Yeah, I think washing him made it hurt worse.
Washing his foot made it hurt worse.
For real, it hurts right now.
I know, I believe you. I don't know where Levi went.
Is this it?
Yep, come here.
I'm so bad with colors. There's just so much things with that kind of color. I'm so bad at it.
Here. Sit. How'd you do that?
I don't know. I don't know where it came from. I just noticed it.
Okay, now walk on your heel so you don't smash that into the carpet, and go lay down in your bed. Okay?
Okay.
Night-night.
Night. Have fun with your life.
Thank you. He said, have fun with your live. Remember it as the doe has to be the same size or bigger breed than the buck. Yeah. So with minis, I don't know how much percentage Margie is mini, but Margie's a mini alpine or a mini ober of sorts. Her udder is not a Nigerian udder. Her milk is not Nigerian milk. And when she has babies, they are not Nigerian babies. Even when she's bred to a Nigerian, these are long, big kids, like long-legged, big framed kids. So I was talking to my friend who raises minis, like that's her business. And she's like, yeah, you can breed Feral to her. She's big enough. She's 100 pounds. So I plan on doing that. Like, they're going to be put together within a month. I need to wait till about May 1st. And then I can put Stormy with Nefarious. And I can put Margie with Feral. I think Tori is going into heats. Tori is one of my mini La Manchas that is black. And she's small. She's tiny. She was 42 pounds the last time that I checked. I might be able to breed Tori later, maybe next year, summer. I might be able to breed her this fall, but I need to wait for Tori to be bigger. If she gets to be about 60 to 65 pounds, I'll breed her to Nefarious. If she gets to be 80 pounds, I'll breed her to Feral, but I don't see that happening. When do I wean the babies? We might be moving in the summer and only milking once a day. During that would be fantastic. So you can milk alongside mamas once a day. That's what I do. And it's easy to have babies on mamas, because then if you can't milk for whatever reason, the babies are there. So it depends on the situation. So I have some bucks that I'm selling as bucks, and those guys are moved at in between 7 and 8 weeks. Some of them that are showing intense interest in girls usually get weaned a little bit earlier, at the 7-week mark. I just watched, it was the Iowa State Extension a video on raising goat kids. They suggest weaning at 6 weeks, but that's a little young, in my opinion. There's still a lot that can be gained, I think. If you can leave babies on mamas, like we have 2 boys, 2 bucks out of Clover, that they'll get banded at 8 weeks, and I'm going to leave them with her. I'm going to leave them with her because she can grow them fast. She can grow great meat goats for us really fast. So it depends, but 8 weeks thereabouts. And at that point, they should have kind of started to semi-wean the babies anyways. The babies definitely will have been eating grass or hay and grain, and so they're not like completely dependent on the udder. So at that point, her udder's not like really cranking out milk. She's still doing really good, obviously, and then you can milk once a day without having to milk twice a day first, usually. Sometimes when I wean, I notice that I have to milk twice a day for a week or 2, and then I can get down to once a day. But sometimes they're producing so much that I don't want just to do kind of a cold turkey situation. Okay. Have you ever had babies with copper issues? My babies are losing hair and changing colors and had fork tails. The fishtail thing is not always accurate. I have goats who are bald on the end of their tail for I don't know what reason, but they are not copper deficient. Like Christine doesn't grow like that nice tail. Like she just looks like a little rat tail. She just doesn't grow hair. I don't know what it is, but she's not copper deficient. All of my La Manchas get 8 grams of copper twice a year. It's a lot, but that's what they get. That's what they need. I don't know that I've ever noticed a baby with copper issues, but we give copper a 2-gram bolus when they reach 25 pounds. They sell those little 2-gram boluses at the farm store. I have a rabbit that eats almost no pellets and drinks very little water. I do give grasses, etc., and she loves that. When should I worry about the water intake? She's pretty small to begin with. If the grasses have a lot of water, that might be why she's not drinking a ton of water. I don't know what else you could put in the water that would make her drink it. I know some people put apple cider vinegar in the water, but I don't know if that would necessarily make it more palatable. You can try giving her a bowl instead of a bottle. A lot of rabbits prefer to drink water out of a bowl, and they'll drink more out of a bowl. You just have to watch it. Make sure they don't flip it over, especially in the summer. And if they are flipping it over, they do make bowls that attach to the side of the cage, and we have a few of those. I have a mystical cat. I have a buckling that I named Tiny Tim that started nursing off his grandam as well as his dam. He's not so tiny anymore. I bet he's not. Little hog. That's so funny. Tori is so little, I thought she was still a kid. I took pictures of her, and I need to post them. I took pictures of her next to, it was what's his name? Jupiter. They are like the same size. It's so dumb. It's just, poor Tori. She is like over 70% Nigerian. Tori is. So, and some Nigerians are itty bitty, and she might be from itty bitty lines. I really need to ask her breeder, hey, Tori's only such and such a pounds. Do you think she's doing good? And she'll tell me. Good morning from the Philippines. Well, hello. Good morning. It is a good evening here. Hi, Darcy. We still have 30 minutes before I have to go feed Tori. Not Tori. Tori was the bottle baby last year. Weenie and Winnie's bro. Yes, weaning at 8 to 10 weeks and 20 pounds is a good rule. Yeah, Deborah Neiman. Deborah Neiman likes to weigh her goats. And yes, she does say 20 pounds. Yep. Pounds is something that's for Nigerians. 20 pounds is. Pounds is something to consider before age, for sure. You want to make sure that they're big enough. Hi, Sage and Stone. I think Tori is adorable. Me too, Holly. Tori's really cute. I'm really hoping I get to breed her. I'm nervous. I'm a little bit nervous that Tori might be too small to breed, but we're getting into the growing season. I have not weighed her since, it was probably Christmas time, where she was 42 pounds. I do just use the dairy weight tape. And you can there are scales and stuff. If I can get one that would fit on my milk stand, that would be great. But I just don't have like a flat surface anywhere, a flat, hard surface for one of those scales. But I do just use the weight tape. And I assume that it's within 5 pounds. It may or may not be. Their coat was beautiful and shiny, and now they look scratchy. So sometimes it's the time of year. If you have a lot of wind, it can cause like split ends in their coat. Sometimes it's worms and not copper. Worms can make them look really dingy. But so can, like this time of year, my goats look like crud. They all got copper in March. They all look kind of crappy because they're shedding out their coats. My rabbits prefer a bowl, and they also prefer fresh, not cold water when it starts getting warm. High maintenance. I love it. Okay, Carrie just gave antibiotic. Okay, Carrie, keep us posted on Little Joy. My granddam, the herd queen, had a single buckling that I named Jupiter, and he's a beast. Well, we've named them after the largest planet in the solar system, so we asked for it, didn't we? Carrie weans at 3 months. Yep. I know that Jess, Roots and Refuge, she says 16 weeks. She keeps bucks with does until 16 weeks. That's pushing it for me personally. I'm like, oh no. I feel like would be asking for it. Did y'all have any kind of wind damage with the storms? Today was very windy. It was exceptionally windy. I was milking in the barn, and I think part of the barn roof is still a little sketchy. Last year there was a hole blown in the roof. Levi did so much work putting that back together, and we do have plans to roof the barn hopefully this year, if not this year, next year. But no damage. I left the greenhouse shut, but the end doors were open, and the wind was coming from the west, so it just hit one of the broad walls and didn't hurt anything. None of the plants blew over or whatever, and it still got enough airflow, so that was good. Heather Shepard uses a house scale and lifts the goats up. It works great for Nigerians. The Sonnen is not a fan. Some of my La Manchas, I can't. That works so good for smaller goats. Bonnie says, hi Heather, it's Bonnie from Agassiz, BC, Canada. I just got home from work. Time to watch. Yay. Heather, how can I get the little hoof prints next to my name? Those are members. So if you click the join button underneath the video, you can see our membership and what that all entails. It is a paid thing. It's a monthly thing, but we have a lot of fun on the membership. There's access to our members only Discord. You get the videos from every single video is given to you the day prior that it goes live to the public. There are members only updates. Like I've done quite a few little short form videos and members only photos and behind the scenes stuff, and you got advanced notice like there's something really exciting coming up that the members do know about. So that's how you get it. The little hoof print is just signifying our members. The red hoof prints are members that've been around for a month or less, and then the different colors go up. So I think green is the highest that we have right now. And it's fun, and we do a live stream every Saturday. Thank you, Misty. Just about. Last Saturday I had to skip. I can't remember what happened. I can't remember, but I had to skip, and we're doing it again tomorrow evening after processing day. It's going to be a big day. Yeah, good deal. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up. And the barn streams. Yes, so I will start doing the Sunday stream day for the public. I'm still having issues with my camera and live streams and the sound not being on, not accurate. Like you'll hear something and then 10 minutes later the thing happens on camera. I cannot figure that out. And the people it was the what's the name? The camera, whichever brand it is, they're just like, well, have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in? It's like, listen, I did all the things that like you normally do before I called you. Like, please help. More than real link. Yes, thank you. They're like, have you tried plugging it back in? Have you tried re-downloading the app and blah, blah, blah. It doesn't work quite. Although it might not matter too much. You just might hear the goats in the barn and not see them for 10 more minutes. You know what I mean? I don't know if that would be weird or not. Have you given any more consideration to the hug a goat day hayride? I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't remember that conversation. Sounds like basic IT. Is your computer on? Yeah, I get so tired. I'm like, listen, I did all the things that you'd logically think to do. I know they have to ask, but Remington.
It's me.
Oh, it's Levi. It's not the cat. Paid members also get access to our wonderful Discord server where we have all kinds of great informative chats. Yes, and I think that's one good thing too, is once you are a member of the channel, you always have access to Discord. So if you could only afford like a month or whatever of the membership, when that expires, you're not going to get kicked out of Discord unless like you cause all kinds of chaos and pandemonium in there. So that's a good thing, I think. And the Discord has a lot of people in it now. There's very active. There's a lot of people in there. There's a lot of different like chats that we have going on, a lot of good information being exchanged. So it's a fun time. I usually can give away gifted memberships. It's randomly chosen by YouTube, but I don't have access for another 2 weeks. I can only do that once a month. Tater, I forgot what you're talking about. Yeah, Tater's the life of the party in Discord and otherwise. The live streams have been funny. Hi, Miranda. I just got done watering my seedlings and remembered you were going live. Yay. Keep those seedlings alive. I checked on mine this afternoon. I got a little bit nervous because I didn't water them today, but they're all doing really well. I'm starting to bottom water most of the trays. Has anybody, question, I have a question for you. Has anybody grown potatoes in hay? Because I have a few garden beds that I need to fill, but I don't exactly want to spend the money to fill them. But I figured if I could get some seed potatoes, which I should have asked my husband to pick up at the store. Tater says yes. What I want to do is literally put a little bit of like cardboard down in one of these beds, a little bit of soil, plunk down the potatoes, and then just keep stacking hay, just like people stack straw. Because what I have access to is a lot of hay and refuse hay. Like the goats and their refuse hay around the barn. It's stupid. There's like a mountain underneath of their underneath of their feeder, their hay feeder. It will break down over the summer. We're probably 2 or 3 weeks away from stopping to feed hay. But that's what I want to do. I would like to pile hay on, because then it doesn't cost me basically anything to essentially fill that bed. Now it's going to take some time, but I can grow something in the bed without having to fill it with soil, even hugelkultur. I'm going to try it. How do people find unsprayed straw? I don't know. You have to ask, and you have to trust that they're telling you the truth. So that's the thing. Someone asked me in my garden tour today when I talked about how I mulch with hay. They asked me if it is unsprayed or if I just don't worry about it. I do ask, and they tell me it's not sprayed. Now, there's one guy, I have one hay guy, I know he's telling me the truth. He only can maybe give me 150 to 200 bales a year. This year, I've gone through a lot of hay, a ton of hay, because I've had some really big goats, and they get hay 24/7 in the winter, and so it's been a lot. And we buy hay at another Amish place, but they're a lot bigger, and I think they source their hay from different areas, and I think that they don't exactly know. Like, it might be a situation where they buy from like auctions and stuff, and then maybe they don't know. So where I have the hay right now in the raised bed garden, I've got beans underneath, and from what I hear, if it's been sprayed with something like Grazon, beans are going to show the damage from that very quickly. And so that's something too. That's something too. Is like, it's not everywhere right now on my farm, and if it does cause issues with the beans, I won't be putting it everywhere. But it's something that I could start a little potato bed, and if it's a problem, I'll just rip it out. It's not like I've put it everywhere like poor Jess, she did with her the flower tunnel. Like, the whole high tunnel was filled with this compost that had grazon in it. That was horrible. Do I recall reading that goat poop shouldn't be used on root vegetables unless it had a season to break down? You might have heard that. There are some zoonotic things that people can get from goats, but I don't know if it ever comes from the manure. I might be wrong. There's like a virus that they can have on their mouth that you can get. There's a lot of stuff in the milk that you could get if they have it, but I don't know about the poop. Definitely wash your vegetables for sure. Grown in even rabbit manure. You know, it's manure. It's still manure. I don't think it's gonna burn the plants though. I don't think it's gonna be bad for the plants. We put goat manure. I think part of what I have my parsnips in is goat manure, and I dug it straight out of the barn. So far, those parsnips look good. It would be worth it to meet Heather. I don't know what you're talking about. You're talking about the pet a goat thing that I haven't made up, that Tater made up. Okay. I'm still scrolling. My goats are hay high maintenance. They are picky and go through a lot of hay because they won't eat just any hay. Very common, very typical, very frustrating. I'm sorry. My goats did best on, there was this gorgeous hay that we got. It was orchard, but it was like so soft and lovely and super green. They barely wasted any of that. Especially stuff with alfalfa in it. They'll only eat the leaves of the alfalfa and they'll waste the stems most of the time. So they do have a lot of waste with alfalfa hay, but it's good for them. Maplewood doesn't have enough waste hay to cover our garden. Well, good. Good. That's awesome. Goats not wasting hay. Those are goals. Terry says, I bought organic potatoes from a grocery store this year and planted them in grow bags. They already have about 12 inches of green. We'll backfill that if you can. If there's still space in the container, they'll keep making potatoes. Most potatoes will, all the way up, if you keep covering the green parts. Oh, hookworm. Okay. Maplewood said, watch out for hookworm from using goat manure. Okay, perfect. You can also put mushrooms in hay. Where's Anthony? I don't know where he is. Our mushroom guy. He does, I think he usually normally does it in straw, but I don't know why you couldn't do it in hay, but he may have reasons. He does suggest that you pasteurize the straw first. Yeah, I'll have to look into that, Elaine, because I'm pretty sure there's goat manure in where I have the parsnips. Pretty sure. And those are obviously root vegetables. I just fertilized both gardens with goat manure shavings. Okay, yeah, Carrie has tons of goats and uses their manure in the garden. I'm ignoring Tater right now. Misty, you can boot him out. I asked if you had room in your barn for visitors. Someone said I would have to share that with the mice. Oh, goodness, the mice. It's bad. It's bad. So the mouse situation, it's gonna get better here soon. Once the field across the street has corn or soy or whatever they plan to grow in it, the mice will go over there. For now, they're here. And this happens over the winter and into the early spring. There's a lot. It's a lot. And we cannot get on top of it without poison. It's unfortunate. I hate it. But if I didn't, we would not have anything growing in the greenhouse. So it's kind of one of those things where I don't like it, but I like to grow food. They will eat it up. Misty, Levi, Misty's waving at you.
Hi.
He goes, hi. That's what Levi does. He drives by. The mushroom giveaway should have been sent out. Yeah, I think it was last Thursday. I don't know if he's sending them FedEx or what. He does have an email now. I'm trying to see if I can remember, like a business email now. He didn't before, which is why everyone was going through me. But if you have questions about shipments and stuff, I will direct you to him because I don't actually know. I just gave him the winner's information. I'm going to scroll. If any of the mods know Anthony's business email, you can go ahead and put that in there. I'm scrolling for it real quick. I'm going to have to make a business email. Boop. Okay. I see where you talked about it to me, but I don't know. Oops. drudryfarms@gmail.com, I believe. Okay, that might be it. Mushrooms. It's just buried in Discord somewhere. But if don't let me forget, Rachel, send me an email and then I won't forget to look it up and be sure that that's what it is. If you get ferret poop and put it out, the mice will stay away. Well, therein lies the issue. I do not have a ferret, or I don't know anyone with a ferret. Do you have barn kitties to help with the mice? I don't. So we had a barn cat for a second, and she went into the neighbor's barn because their barn is huge. It's literally, no joke, 10 times the size of my house. It's humongous. And they put out poison. So we live so close to our neighbors that it's really not safe for an outdoor cat. It's just not. I pinned it in the mushroom thread. Oh. Okay. That makes sense. druidryfarms@gmail.com. That's right. So there's Anthony. I will copy and paste so you can paste. There. If you've got questions and you want to order mushrooms, do it. I just ordered 10 blocks of chestnut mushrooms. 10 blocks. I'm so excited. I'm going to be growing a lot of those. I want it to grow enough to be able to preserve. Like, to grow a ton and preserve it, and grow a ton and then preserve it. The oyster mushroom blocks that I have from December are still alive and still producing. It is nuts. So it's good. Where can I get Californian rabbits? If you go to ARBA, I don't know if it's .com. .com? Nope. ARBA rabbits. Let's see. ARBA.net. There is a search function where you can find breeders. That works. Does he sell medicinal ones? He does sell Rishis. There. That's where you can find a rabbit breeder for Californians, or any kind of rabbit. They are listed there by breed. Maplewood Homestead said, I tried cinnamon on my newly planted seeds. I'll let you know how it works. Good. To keep out mildew and mold, right? I've heard that it works well. I can't remember who it was. Was it Acre Homestead that did that recently? Tater says, Anthony is a pretty cool dude. He doesn't ignore me like I do, but I didn't ignore that. Have I tried the freeze-dried mushrooms yet? Yeah. What I mostly do is I will, like when I'm sauteing something up, I will just throw them right in the pan and not even rehydrate. It's like they hydrate right in the pan. It's so good. They're so good. I would keep mold and vermin away. Yeah. I'm hoping that the raised beds help. I do know that they have, like, there was a mouse hole in the parsnips for a little while. And I have a little, it's tiny. Like we have full-on rats, like big, like rats. This is their body in the greenhouse. But I have this little zapper trap. It's tiny, like a mouse, like a field mouse could go in there and it like electrocutes them. I like that trap because you put like peanut butter on the back and they go in and they get zapped. And then you just dump it out the next day and reset it. And like, you don't have to keep baiting it because they get zapped before they can get to the peanut butter. And it works really well. They're huge. I don't know what they are, if they're Norway rats or what. It's horrible. So they're big. And they have tails like this, like a this. And they like to eat seedlings. I don't like it. So let me look up Norway rat. It might be. I don't know what the name of the trap is. It's an electric mouse trap. I don't know the brand. But if you type in, let me see if I can find it. It's awesome though. I really like that one. And I put that in the bed, and then I didn't have a mouse in that bed, that particular bed. But it would not fit one of those giant rats. Electric mouse trap. It was like this one. Ugh. It's too long. Go to Amazon. There's a Victor electric mousetrap on there. It's just like that. The buckets with the trap door don't work for rats. Well, that's unfortunate. That's what I wanted to get, but I have a lot of mice anyway. Like there's mice and rats, but I think it's the rats in the greenhouse taking out the seedlings. They're not doing it yet, but they will. Misty Dawn Farm had some rats like that. She used a ratinator. You guys are making me Google a lot. I like it because I don't have all the ideas. Ratinator. Oh, that looks fun. It's like it's a no-kill trap that they crawl in and then they fall into this lower part. Eventually they will meet their demise. I don't catch and release. I did for a possum. That's different. Rats, I don't see any benefit. We will catch and release possums. I don't know about that, about a rat. But that's maybe just me. Levi needs to put the military training to use to go rat hunting. He does. He went into the greenhouse the other day. I was like, it's fine. If you shoot a hole in the wall, I have greenhouse repair tape. Did you get any? He's not. Did you get any rats in the greenhouse the other day? No, he didn't get any. I just bought a little bit more poison to load the I've got one of those things that they crawl in that protects it from other critters getting into it. I don't remember what they're called, but I have one of those that I need to fill. I've got several of those that I need to fill. But he does. He used to follow me when I used to milk twice a day. In the evenings, he'd come with me, and while I was milking, he'd be shooting mice. Those are actually some of my favorite memories. It sounds stupid, but I like those times. That was fun. 8 cats work well, though they still demand access to cat food and scratches. I wish, like, I get nervous. I don't know, because we could stop giving poison, but our neighbors wouldn't. They wouldn't stop giving poison. So I have to consider that their barn is huge and cushy and lovely, and like their mice who may have ingested some poison and walk onto my property, like there's no way to keep a cat from going over there. They're right there. Their barn is right there. So we used to block all the holes except for 2 in the horse barn. Stick a hose in one and stand the other with a pitchfork. That's genius. Someone had said, one of my friends, their mom has one of those dogs that goes after rats. She's like, let me just bring him by for half a day. It's like, that would be cool. That would be cool, because a dog you could recall, you know. The rats that are on our property clearly are not going next door and getting any poison. So, yes, the barn is a stone's throw away. You really could throw a rock and hit it. It's beautiful and big and gorgeous, and I really don't blame them for putting out poison. They do what they gotta do. They don't want all the rats eating. They have a big, they buy their feed in bulk, so they raise Black Angus cattle. And they have a creep feeder for them. And so there's calf feed out all the time. And they have their feed in this big, like, it's a grain bin. But I don't know if you guys know what that looks like. It's like a giant hopper with an open top. And you can, like, put a bucket under and open the hatch. And it just slides out. And then you shut it. And that's how he feeds them. And so it's just, he's been keeping cattle since his dad kept cattle before him. He's in his mid-80s. So he's been doing it for decades, and he just has his way, and that's how it works for him, and more power to him. I like it. I don't blame him for putting out poison. That's how I have to stay ahead of it, and my place is a lot smaller. So it just is what it is, and I just don't think it's safe for cats. Unfortunately, my cat Remington, I think she's been laying around a lot. She's old. She went outside the other day, and she usually doesn't stray far, but the kids found her in the ditch. She was soaking wet. She was fine, but she was soaking wet in the ditch. So Remington's not allowed outside anymore, my geriatric cat, because that's no way to go. She never strays that far. I don't know what the heck. So we don't even have our geriatric cat going outside, but she never would. She would look at a mouse and be like, "Aw, that's cute. I'm just going to lay here." Good night, Maplewood Homestead, Nancy. I'm bad with names. I did it that time. I'm super bad with names. You got to be kidding. River caught a mole. Good for her. I bet she tried to get a rat too, but I doubt she'd catch it. We are getting close to the time where I need to go feed Miss Winnie, and then I need to probably vacuum a little bit. We're having people over tomorrow for processing, and I like to have the house looking good mostly because it's a lot on me to like just host, even though I'm not making dinner or anything. We're making sandwiches and handing out pretzels and stuff. But then I just want to chill because being social is exhausting. Go get her? No. I'm going to leave Winnie in the barn. Everybody's got muddy feet. The worst muddy feet. It's been raining for days. It didn't rain today, thank goodness. And actually, all the wind that we got has been really great because it has been like whisking away all of that moisture, and which is helpful because it's been a lot. People are there to see you, not the house. I know, but the thing is, if I'm there hanging out with people, I won't have energy for my house for like a few days because I will have spent the energy being social with people. It's about me, not them. I need to get ahead of it so I can actually be lazy for the next 2 days like I want to. I agreed about social exhaustion. Even when you enjoy it, it can still be draining. It is, but I really do love it. I am excited about it. But I want to be able just to sit and chill afterwards. And so I get ahead of stuff. We have paper plates, right, Levi? I think so. What? I think we do have paper plates. Online is different with social. It is. It is, because when I'm done, I can be like, bye, I need to go feed the goat, and then just leave. But yeah. What's that wood piece on the wall behind you? This? That? I won that in a raffle. Someone local made that. I think it's out of pallets. See it? Isn't that pretty? I paid $5 for the raffle ticket. That was worth it. So there's just bird nests. It's like bird nests that have fallen out of trees up there. If we put anything like valuable up there, sometimes the door shutting kind of rattle stuff, and also the military training can rattle stuff. So some stuff we have up on shelves, and we've got blue tack underneath to like hold it down. Yes, disposable plates, cups, cutlery is a lifesaver when you're a super busy time. Yeah, like a lot of people talk about hosting, like when they have like a butchering day, they'll like make dinner, and I'm like, how did you do that? Like I can't. So we usually, sometimes I do it, not to a huge extent, but most of the time we just get, like Levi bought bread. I didn't even make bread. Bought bread, he bought ham, did you buy cheese? He bought cheese, he bought provolone. So, like, I don't have the energy to like, participate in processing day and host. Because I'll be out there doing stuff. I'm going to try to get milking done by 10. 10's usually when we start processing. So there's 3 goats, over 20 rabbits, and a few chickens. I don't know how many chickens GWP is bringing, but yes. So it'll be buckwheat, dingus, and bean dip going in the freezer tomorrow. Those 3 goats are currently in my garden space. That's going to be For corn, it's going to be Dutch fork pie pumpkins. I'm going to put sunflowers out there. I know, being Deb. So it's like, I was telling the kids, I was like, we can only have one weather, one like resident weather that just we take through all the seasons. And it's mochi. So it's like you gotta pick one because they always fall in love every time there's a batch of babies born. They're like, I love this one. I was like, do you like that one or do you like mochi? It's like mochi is our weather. So yeah, I was like, we could put mochi in the freezer, but I don't want to. Mochi is such a good goat. And he was the favorite at one time. So he's still here. He's with Havoc right now. And pretty soon when I get my breeding groups ready for May, it's not very many. Like I think maybe I'm breeding 2 goats. So there's like going to be 2 giving birth this fall. But I am going to carry Christine and Tempest into extended lactations. And Margie's one of the ones giving birth, and she gives me a ton of milk. So I'm not really worried about like quantity of milk, but it's like 2 goats. 2 goats giving birth in the fall. Very weird. But anyways, when I make those breeding groups, I do have Christine's little daughter, Trinity, who is a doe. And I don't grow a ton of does out for meat. So it's normally just a bunch of wethers, but I have to move her in with some kind of friend soon while I separate boys and stuff for breeding groups. And so I think I'm gonna have to use Mochi with her, which is great. That's what Mochi's for. He can be friends with bucks and does. I will get my pumpkin patch. I hope it goes well. I want a pumpkin patch. I want it. I am gonna lay down, I've got some extra weed fabric. I am gonna lay down some weed fabric just so the pumpkins can get a head start. And I'm gonna mow around the weed fabric, and eventually I'll probably just let them kind of go into. Oh, did you hear that? That was the military. I'll let them go into around the grass and stuff, and it'll be crazy, and I'll have to wear boots, and everybody's gonna yell at me that there's snakes, and they're probably right, and don't worry, I'll wear my boots. Remington! Maybe it's Favy. Yep. This is a treat that not very many people see. Did you guys know I had a house bunny? I do. He's eating a stick. Favy, can you say hi? There's 85 people in here looking at you. Are you eating a stick? Come here. Hi. Hi, Favy. You want to, I don't know where his treats are. Oh, here they are. There he is. He's grounded because every time I let him out, he digs in the cat box, which is a no-no. Here, buddy. You watch the people for a second, okay? I gotta get your treats out. Look, you want this? Here. There we go. You missed it. There he goes. Is that good treat, sir? He loves those. Those are little papaya treats. Somebody sent him. I think it was Heather and Tater. There's some down there, sir. Go get it. I see it. So the members get to see Favy quite a lot, but I don't usually show Favy on the channel very much. No, not for any reason. He just never comes up. But he was making noise, and I thought it was the cat. It was the rabbit. Favy's been inside since that hard freeze that we had, the -30 wind chill freeze 2 winters ago. That's when he first came in, and he's been in here ever since. Right, spoiled boy? Digging in the cat box. You gross. He loves to run around, but it's been a minute. Howdy, Heather. Oatmeal. What's that for, Richard? Plaster. Do I still have a house chicken? No. She passed away. I ended up putting her down. We had a chicken with, it might have been Merrick's, honestly. She had one leg that like it was frozen, like it wouldn't move. So she was kind of walking around on her knee, and we had her inside for a while, and then the foot got cold and the knee was hot, and the other knee quit working, and we eventually just put her down. Favy is 3, Aunt Rowdy. So yeah, we had a chicken in the house. She was in here for like 5 or 6 weeks. She was in here for a long time, and we put her down. Hi, Heather. Hello from the 2-acre homestead. Hi, Lisa. I can hear your voice in my head right now. Does anyone else do that? I love it. Welcome, welcome. I'm about to go. I need to go feed Winnie. Winnie! Yep, Winnie and Bro, they need food. They need food. They need food like all the time. I'm so shocked. Watch what's going to happen tomorrow. That Winnie has not weaseled out of the field fencing that we have. I put her and when I sold her mom, I put her and her brother back in the barn because I didn't want Winnie to have to like reintegrate with the herd, like be super foreign to the herd, because to keep her away from him for so long. So I did end up, when I sold her mom, I put her back in with the herd and she's doing great. Oh, Richard Kibler says, okay, that was a rat poison thing, like a natural oatmeal. Oh, plaster. Do you mean like gypsum? Okay, I need to screenshot that. Thank you, because I'll do anything. And that sounds pretty mild. So yeah, mice, rats, fail safe. Hey, honey.
What?
Do you have plaster?
No.
All I have is really nice organic oatmeal. I think. I'll have to buy some crappy oatmeal. Did you shut the light out? Or are you tired? My husband's tired. Okay.
What do you need plaster for?
There's a recipe for killing mice and rats. I've screenshot it. 3 tablespoons of oatmeal, 3 teaspoons of plaster, put into a baggie, shake it up real well, and pour the dry mixture onto a paper plate. Like they probably go for the oatmeal and then the plaster does something to their insides.
Yeah, it probably just turns solid and can't pass.
Yeah. He says it probably turns solid and can't pass. He's probably right. I like that. Levi is at Lowe's at least 6 times a week, so maybe he'll pick up some plaster for me, because that sounds good. And that sounds like something that wouldn't, hurt, like carry on if like a cat found the mouse. It still doesn't, like it'll help us on our farm, but to get a cat that you just can't keep them on the farm, you can't make sure they're not going to go in the barn next door. Okay, so anyways, I'm gonna go. I will see members tomorrow at 8 p.m. If the time changes, I'll try to let you know, but it should be fine. I wonder if you can mix borax with the oatmeal. I have no idea. I do have borax. But yeah, we'll be doing a live stream tomorrow with the members, like we do on Saturday. And congratulations, Robin Miller 3863 on winning the mug and your choice of either coffee or some tea that I made. Hi, Michelle. Michelle's saying hi, and I'm saying bye. Sorry. I will post this up for replay, so if you just logged in and you want to see all the chat, our winner's Robin Miller. This will, it should replay and repost pretty quickly. The live chat takes 24 hours for YouTube to make it populate. So, but I will see you guys later. I am bad at signing off. I never know what to say or do. And live streams are different than recording yourself, when you can say goodbye 5 times and figure out which one sounds the best. So, be well, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend and sleep well. Good night. Yes, congratulations, Robin. I will see everybody soon. I have a great, exciting video for Monday that does include cheese and may include some bits of processing day. I will decide. I will decide. I will try to figure it out because YouTube can be weird. They can be weird. It's not you guys. It's them. It's YouTube. Sorry, YouTube. Night night.